Hello and welcome to the OU Academic Publications and Curriculum Instructional Video Series for CIM Programs. This video is an introduction to the Course Leaf Inventory Management and Workflow module for programs, which is abbreviated to CIM Programs. CIM Programs is a new software for OU to maintain the program inventory. Even if you don't handle the program changes for your academic unit, CIM Programs is still a useful resource for tracking down information, since courses and programs are linked in OU's Course Leaf system. So what is CIM Programs? CIM Programs is replacing OU's current system of submitting the program modification forms for substantive, non-substantive, and administrative changes. In CIM Programs, you can search, edit, add, and delete OU programs. If you're familiar with changing or proposing courses in Course Leaf, then changing or proposing programs in CIM Programs will be a similar process. To find CIM Programs, please visit nextcatalog.ou.edu/program-admin to log in. If you cannot log into CIM Programs, or if you can't make changes to a program in your academic unit, this probably means you need the right access. Please contact curriculum@ou.edu for questions about user provisioning and access to CIM Programs. Now, let's go over the different types of program changes. First, a program modification is a change to the degree program that affects the requirements for students to graduate from that program. These changes must be reflected in the degree check sheet. There are three categories of program changes: substantive, non-substantive, and administrative. These categories differ in the level of approval required for the change to go into effect. Final authority for determining the category resides with the provost, consistent with state regents' policies. Substantive changes include any modification that changes what students must do to graduate from what was approved by the state regents when the program was developed or was last modified. These changes include, but may not be limited to, deletion of a program, suspension of a program, change of degree designation, level 2, change of degree program name, level 3, addition of an option, level 4. Quick note here, options are just majors. A major is an option if there are several majors under the same level 3 program name. And then we have deletion of an option name change, change in the total number of credit hours required for a degree, changes in the total number of credit hours in a particular section, such as general education requirements, major requirements. Then there are changes to concentrations, changes in admission or graduation criteria for a particular program, such as the removal of an entrance or exit exam or GPA requirement. Non-substantive changes do not require state regents' approval, although many of them are reported to both the OU board regents and to the state regents for information purposes. Non-substantive changes that are reported to the state regents are changes in course prefixes, course numbers, course titles, or course descriptions. Addition or deletion of courses within a list of electives if the number of elective courses required remains the same. Addition or deletion of an area of concentration, level 5. A side note here, concentrations are different areas of emphasis within a major. Concentrations with a common core curriculum will be listed on the same program page, while those that do not share a common core will be listed on separate program pages. Non-substantive changes that do not need to be reported to the state regents include changes when courses should be taken in a semester-by-semester course sequence, or moving a program from one department to another with no curricular changes. For administrative changes, they only require the approval of the provost. These are documented in the OU Board of Regents agenda with other non-substantive changes as information items. Notification of the state regents is not required. Several types of changes that fall into this category include addition, modification, or deletion of a minor, addition, modification, or deletion of an accelerated program. You can view and download check sheets for any OU program from the OU catalog website. So once you are logged into CIM Programs, you will see a long list of active and inactive programs. So it's recommended to use the search bar function to find the program that you are looking for. To use the search bar function, if you know the exact major code or title of the program, you want to look at, you can just simply type it in here and search for it. However, if you are unsure of the exact title or major code, you can use an asterisk in your search as a wildcard. This function is especially useful if there are several programs with similar titles. For example, there are several undergraduate and graduate programs with accounting in the title. To find all accounting programs, we can use the wildcard function. So we will type in accounting and have the asterisk before and after the word. That way we're ensured that we'll find all the programs that have accounting in the title. And you'll see that we have accelerated programs, standalone bachelor's, standalone master's degree, and a minor. On the other hand, you could search by major code by typing in the code and searching for it, but it's also recommended to use an asterisk when searching for by the major code as well. The program may have an on-campus and online major code. It may have a concentration code, or it may be an accelerated program with an undergraduate and graduate major code, as you can see here that these two accelerated programs have. You can also utilize the quick searches function located over here. The quick search dropdown provides a list of predefined search categories, such as edited, added, inactivated, or suspended programs. Let's choose edited programs. And here we get a list of all the programs that are currently being edited, meaning they have changes in the works, but those changes have not been saved or submitted to the workflow yet. While we're here, I want to point out the Propose New Program button, where you can create a new program either from scratch or you can copy information from an existing program. We will go over this process in more detail in our video on adding new programs to CIM Programs. For now, let's explore the anatomy of the program page by going back to our accounting degree, which was B001. All right, and so we have our accounting degree right here, and you'll notice that there is the program code, the program title, and there's space here for the workflow, and it would show you what step that this program is in the workflow, or if there is a status for the program, if it's being edited or if some changes have been added to it. At the top of the page, towards the left, you're going to see several buttons. Suspend program, inactivate or delete, export to PDF, export to Word, and then over here to the right, you have the Edit Program button. We will go over these buttons in more detail in our other videos in the series on CIM programs. So for now, we're just going to continue our tour down this page. Below these buttons, you're going to see when the program was last approved and when there was an edit last made. Under that, you're going to see if there are any associated programs to the program you're looking at, which can include accelerated degrees, dual degrees, or embedded certificates. For this program, you can see that there are 3 associated accelerated degree programs. You can click on any of the associated programs and it will take you to that page in CIM Programs. So let's select the first program. We see here the 8001 accelerated program, and we're going to be directed to a new window in CIM Programs, and it is that program page for our accounting BBA and master's in accounting. So this provides a good example. It is important to remember that if you submit changes to a standalone program, you need to make the necessary changes to any of the associated programs as well. So if you made a change to the major requirements for the accounting degree, you would also need to make the same changes to the undergraduate components of the accelerated degrees. This ensures that all the programs are updated with the necessary modifications. But let's exit out of this page and continue on our tour for now. Under the associated programs, you have catalog pages using this program, which if you click on this name, Accounting BBA, it's going to take you to this page in OU's general catalog. Towards the right, we have the preview workflow that is in red font. If we click on that, a new window will open to give you an idea of how many steps are going to be in the workflow for this program to go through for final approval. You will see names and email addresses of people at each step in the workflow. That way, you know who to contact about the program if it's at a specific step. It should be noted that the actual workflow may vary based on the data within the proposal itself, such as field selections, which fields have been modified, and other items. This workflow preview represents the workflow based on the current state of the proposal. Let's click out of that. It's important to remember that timeframes vary depending on the meeting schedules of the OU Board of Regents and the state regents. For substantive programs, you're going to need to allow 6 months from time of submission, either to the graduate college or to the Academic Programs Council to receive final approval. New PhDs will take at least 12 months. We highly recommend that programs with substantive changes be submitted in the fall if you want them to be effective for the next academic year. So under this preview workflow, you will see information about the history of changes made to this program. Since OU has only recently implemented the CIM program feature, there might not be a lot of history for each program yet. However, in the future, you will see all the changes that have been made to a particular program by clicking on the entries listed in the history. So we could click on this entry. A new program, a new window will open up, and we can scroll down and see if we can find the changes that have been made. Changes or edits will be identifiable by the red-green markup, like the edits that are displayed when modifying course proposals in CourseLeaf. So we can scroll down and we find some green text. So it looks like we added the additional requirements to this program in the last modification. We can click out of that. As you continue to scroll down this program page, you will see quite a few fields, some that are blank and some that have information filled out. Depending on the program, not all the fields will be filled out. It really depends on the type of program and what information is required for the approval process. However, we will go over these fields and more in our other videos in our series on CIM programs. But for now, it's just good to kind of see what information is going to be required. So we've got our program requirements, so our major requirements for an undergraduate degree, our general education requirements, and our suggested semester plan of study. Those are going to be very common for all of our undergraduate degrees. And if there are any additional requirements based on college requirements. All right, so that wraps up our introduction to the very basics of CIM programs. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions about program changes, they all come through our office here in Academic Publications and Curriculum. So please just ask. We're here and happy to help you on your journey. If you are ready to take more steps on your program modification journey, please watch our other videos on creating new programs, editing and bundling existing programs, suspending or deleting programs, and utilizing the editing tools in CIM programs. Again, thank you for watching.